On today's show, Olivier Bergeron of American Idol fame comes home to New Brunswick.
Rogue Productions brings Come From Away and Broadway by the Sea to Kira Amphitheatre.
Plus, Sunbury Shores continues to make waves in the local arts scene.
From your hometown local station, this is Good Day from the Bay with Vicki, Hogarth, and Jonathan Brittain.
Good Day from the Bay. I'm Jonathan Brittain.
And I'm Vicki Hogarth, here to remind you that sometimes your big break doesn't come knocking, it comes from checking your TikTok messages.
That's exactly how it started for Olivier Bergeron from Kedgwick, New Brunswick.
Yes, he was discovered by American Idol producers on social media while working full-time as a truck driver.
Next thing you know, he's standing in front of American Idol judges Carrie Underwood, Lionel Richie, and Luke Bryan, still learning English and getting a golden ticket to Hollywood.
Yes, and when we say he was learning English while becoming an overnight sensation, we mean it. He didn't quite catch what was happening until Carrie Underwood gently said in her own broken French, "Bienvenue à Hollywood."
It took a moment for it to sink in for Olivier in classic maritime modesty. But once he got there, boom. Olivier made it into the top 20 of American Idol and became a standout favorite of celebrity mentor Jelly Roll.
Yeah, and he's become close friends with some of his co-contestants and American music industry royalty. And this year, he made the decision to leave his day job behind and pursue music full-time. A leap of faith, and one that's already paying off.
This summer, he played to a packed audience of nearly 1,000 people at the Kira Amphitheatre right here in St. Andrews on Canada Day.
Jonathan and I sat down with Olivier before the big show. Here's our interview with Olivier Bergeron and his guitarist, Pierre Cucchielli. Thank you both for sitting down with us today.
Thank you. It was a pleasure.
Olivier, I have to ask, how did you even audition for American Idol from New Brunswick? What was that process like?
Yeah, honestly, at the beginning, I was like, I can't audition for American Idol, but they found me on TikTok and they just sent me an email, and I was like, probably this is a scam. And I didn't respond, and after they followed me on Instagram, I was like, okay, this is real. So I just auditioned like 4 or 5 Zoom on the internet. At the beginning, I didn't speak one word in English. I was like, oh, okay, can you send me the information on Gmail, please? And they're like, yeah, and my girlfriend helped me a lot with this, so yeah, I appreciate this.
So you put it right into Google Translate and figured out.
Oh yeah, every time.
I
was like, oh, okay. They send me an information, Google Translate when I need to send a message,
and for people, Olivier, who aren't familiar with your story, tell us a little bit about what you were doing before you became part of international pop culture.
Yeah. Before American Idol and Star Academy, because I made a Star Academy in 2022, I think, or 21. And I was a trucker. I had a lot of job in the wood and stuff like this. I'm not a study guy, so I didn't have the choice to work at the wood and the industry. So it was tough because I know inside of me that I have something special, but it was tough because we are from 2,000 people in my village. So I was like, this is not impossible, but I don't think I have a lot of chance. But after all this time, I made the top 20 on like 1,000, I don't know how many, 124,000, comment on dit ça?
124,000 people.
Yeah, and I was like, okay, so I think I'm a singer right now. So I quit my job and I sing right now, but I don't know how many times, but yeah, I tried.
Wow. So you did the auditions through Zoom, and then they invite you down to the U.S., and then all of a sudden you're in front of Lionel Richie and Carrie Underwood and these big stars. So what was that first audition like?
Yeah, I made like 5 or 6 Zoom before this, and after my producer called me and she said, "You're going to New York for audition," I was like, yeah, thank you. So I prepared myself, and in front of Lionel, Carrie, and Luke, I think I wait all the day, like 14 hours before the sing. So I was like in the room and I was like, I don't know how is my time, but I'm ready. I was ready to sing, but I was not ready like to talk with the judge. For the first time of my life, like I rehearsed my song like, I don't know, 1,000 times, but I was like wondering what the judge gonna say. So I was like very nervous, but when they say "Bienvenue à Hollywood," I was like, yeah. Oh yeah, thank you. Yeah, really. So I was like, yeah, it was a pretty funny TV.
I think anyone who saw that moment on TV really felt. I mean, that's when you won everyone over. Is that really you were sitting there and you didn't even know that they were saying, "Here's your gold ticket to Hollywood."
Yeah, I was so nervous because at the beginning I was thinking Lionel said no and Carrie said no and Luke said yes. So I was like, what is the answer or the response? I don't know. And they said, "Bienvenue à Hollywood." So I was like, oh, thank you, really. It was funny, yeah.
What's the behind the scenes like? I mean, we all watch at home and we can't imagine what it's like to prepare new material every week, but is it as we imagine it when we're watching at home? What's it really like?
Yeah, you need to be passionate because you wait like all the day. You have a lot of camera like everywhere. You need to like be at the time, but wait like 2 hours, so 3 hours, 4 hours. So it's a long day, but when you have the passion, it's just cool to be there. And when you are at the Madison Square Garden, you are like, I don't care. I'm gonna work all the day. So yeah.
And what was the process like week to week for choosing songs? Did you have producers helping you with that, or was that all on you? Or?
Yeah, it was all on me, but they need like to clear song.
Right.
So at the beginning, I choose like Say Something. It was on the list. Like a Stone too, Jelly Roll song too. So I already like choose all my songs. Yeah.
And Jelly Roll was one of the mentors on your season of American Idol too. Who were some of the people that really made an impression on you, gave you good advice while you were on your American Idol journey?
Yeah, so what is funny, it's at New York, I sing Save Me by Jelly Roll, and after I had the chance to sing I'm Not Okay in front of Jelly Roll, so it was a pretty cool moment in Hawaii too. So it was just incredible, and Jelly Roll said, "You are my brother right now." So I don't know if I'm gonna sing at YQM with Jelly Roll, but I don't know. Probably, I don't know. They say we're gonna call you like the same day, so I need to be at Moncton for the YQM. I don't know if I'm gonna sing, but I'm gonna be prepared.
Amazing. Oh, that's so cool. So how has it changed since you've been on the show? Like, what's happened since then?
Yeah, since American Idol, I made Star Academy, and I have a lot of like fan in French, but not a lot in English because it's a TV show in French. But after American Idol, like all the New Brunswick like follow me and know me like a little bit more. Like in Fredericton, before this it was like, who is this guy? But after American Idol, oh, this is Olivier. So it's very cool to be like more like recognized in New Brunswick. It's very cool. Yeah.
I'm definitely one of your followers. So so excited. Tell us a little bit about, you've made some friends since, other contestants, from a very notable musical family that I'd love to hear more about, and how you're spending 4th of July this year too.
Yeah.
Well, you're here for Canada Day, but
Yeah.
you've got big 4th plans.
Yeah, I made a lot of friends on American Idol, but one especially is Bailey, the guy of Brittain of the Backstreet Boys. So he invited me at his house for the 4th of July to celebrate with the Backstreet Boys and all the family. So it's going to be very, very cool this Friday. So it's going to be very cool. I love Bailey. He's like my brother. We talk like every day in our cell phone. It's a very like special connection with together. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I'm so jealous of that party too.
Yeah.
Very jealous.
And what the thing was the most funny, I didn't like know Bailey before he was the son of Brian, so I was like cool with this guy, and I think this is the most like important thing they see like in me. Like, oh, you don't care just me because I'm the son of Brian, so we are very close right now, and it's very fun. Yeah.
Oh, that's so cool.
That's awesome. That's awesome. And so, and also you've met a new guitar player who's also from New Brunswick.
Yeah.
And how did you two guys connect?
You can explain this.
Okay. Well, a few months ago, I had a band, and like my band split up, and I was like, I want to start a new band. So I thought about Olivier. We live in the same city, and Edmundston. Well, I live in Moncton, but I'm in Edmundston often because I'm from the place. And I messaged Olivier, and he said, I'm going on American Idol soon, so it's not the best timing to start a band. But after he got out of American Idol, he messaged me, and we started to jam.
Yeah, because I need some good musicians, so that's why I called Pierre. Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about the music you're working on. I understand there's an album in the works. What can we expect to hear from your original material?
After American Idol, I was very ready, and I was like, my mindset was like, you need song. So when I came to my house, I was like, I need to write songs. So I think I write like 12 songs in like 3 weeks. I was like, I wake up at 3 a.m. in the morning and was like, I need to, and my girlfriend said, you are crazy, you know? And I said, yes, I'm crazy, but I need to write songs. So just write a lot of songs. So I have already like 13 or 14 songs ready. So we just need the good producer and the good contact. I have a good contact in LA and Tedford Mine. I have a lot of good contacts. So it's the timing, and I need some time, some money, because I need to have a lot of gig to pay the album. So it's a crazy world, but this is why I live. So
I love that you say you have connections in LA and Tedford Mines. It sounds so Canadian in the best way. How are you collaborating together? What's the process writing music as a duo now?
Olivier approached me for this show, and like we're gonna play some of like the songs he played on American Idol, and I tried to put my own twist on it to like put some new colors into his music, because he's an amazing singer, but like with some little solos and stuff on the electric guitar.
Put more color, and it's very cool because I need like something more like professional. I play guitar, but I'm not the best guitar player. I'm the singer, so he helped me with this, and I think we're gonna be like very like unique. With our sound.
Yeah. And we're working on the songs. He started to jam it in front of me, and I tried to incorporate some flavors into his original material.
It's more professional. I'm tired to play alone in bar and stuff like this. I need like something professional. So we start with the two, and after we're gonna be a band. I think we have a lot of friends who play. So we're gonna like build the process like one
step at a time.
One step at a time. Yeah, like this. I have this here, step by step.
Okay, great. That sounds like a very smart plan. Very smart plan. And and today here at Kira on this incredible amphitheater, you know, good place to start.
Really, it sounds great. The people here are so like very nice. We are in here, and the bed is comfy, so we can't ask for nothing more.
You really are. I mean, you're Canadian, but it is an American dream to become that famous overnight. How did you respond to that? How did you adapt to going from just being a kid in New Brunswick to being internationally known?
Yeah, honestly, after Star Academy in Canada, I was like, oh, I'm a singer right now. So I don't know, I didn't know like anything about the industry and all this stuff. So I was like, I'm a singer. And I sing all the summer, and after I was like, oh, I need money. So I need to work, But after American Idol, I was like, I have a plan, I'm ready. I have more experience, and I know where I'm gonna go, I need to go. So I have a plan, and I'm like, very like grounded and real. I'm humble, I think. American Idol is not like wow for me. It's just an experience. It helped me to be like more popular, but it's just an experience, and it just something to help me like to be a singer. I just want to be a singer. So.
Yeah, and it probably, as you said, made contacts. You know, learn more about the business side.
I don't want to be popular. I just want to sing and live with my music. So, be popular. It's not my favorite thing. I just want to like sometimes go eat with my girlfriend and not be like, hey, hi Olivier, and it's okay, but I just want to sing, and this is not like, I don't do this to be popular. Yeah.
Well, I know that you are used to singing in front of millions of people at home in their living rooms. Today you'll be singing to probably well over 1,000 in person here in St. Andrews. For people watching at home who want to follow what you do, what's the best way to look out for new music and to see where you're performing next?
Really, so it's a great place, and I love to play live. I love to play on TV too, but it's different experience. So I love to be like in front of people and have a real energy, you know. So it's gonna be cool, I think.
Oh yeah.
I think we're ready. We're never too much ready. We're never like too ready. Yeah. So I always like practice, and we need to like be professional and perfect.
Yes, sir.
So, yeah.
Do you have a website or a social media following that people could tap into to see what's next?
Yeah, you can follow me and Pierre on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. So we do a lot of stuff in there. Not too much, but I need to like do some more stuff. But Pierre have a very cool like video on TikTok. That's where I found Pierre. So I was like, oh, okay, this is cool. So I'm gonna contact Pierre. I need this guy. So
TikTok.
That's why I follow Pierre, and yeah. So we build the process, not too quick, but right, I think.
Well, if American Idol found you on TikTok, you found Pierre on TikTok.
Oh yeah.
It's a modern world.
You know, from everything I'm hearing, you're on the right path. I mean, you've got the talent, but all that, the hard work ethic, and also the humility. You know, I think, you know, you seem like the real, authentic, real deal. And can't wait to see you later, and I think it's going to be a great show, and all the best.
Thank you
Can't
very
wait to
much.
see what you do next.
Oh yeah. Thank you.
If that doesn't make you want to quit your day job and follow your dreams,
Or at least create a TikTok account, apparently.
true. That's the lesson here. Talent is one thing, but a strong social media presence may also be your golden ticket.
Thank you again to Olivier for sharing your story with us and your music, too.
Now don't go anywhere, because when we come back, Broadway's coming to the Bay.
Yes, Tony and Courtney LePage join us next to talk about Broadway by the Sea and their brand new production of Come From Away, coming this August right here in St. Andrews, as well as St. John in September. You don't want to miss it.
And I said, well, what if we did a co-production with the St. John Theatre Company? So I spoke to Steve and Tobias over there, and the people in St. John have been phenomenal, super great. So we're actually doing a co-production with them. It's a like co-production with them and with Kira. So the three companies are getting together, and I don't think there's anything more come from away than three, you know, community-based, you know, production companies getting together and producing Come From Away.
Welcome back to Good Day from the Bay. If you've ever wished a Broadway musical would land in your own backyard, well, dreams do come true.
Come From Away is finally coming to New Brunswick for the first time ever. And it's not just by any production company. It's being co-directed by none other than Tony LePage, who starred in the Broadway and Apple TV versions of the hit show, alongside his wife and Powerhouse director and producer, Courtney LePage.
The show runs at the Kira Amphitheater August 22nd to 24th and August 29th to 31st. And then it heads to the Imperial Theater in St. John from September 10th to 13th.
The duo also brought an all-star cast to St. Andrews of both local artists and Broadway stars for the fourth installation of Broadway by the Sea. I had the chance to catch up with Tony and Courtney at the Kira Amphitheater just days before the opening of their 2025 Broadway by the Sea season to talk about bringing Broadway to Atlantic Canada. Thank you both for joining me again here on
Thank you.
stage.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah. For people who don't know your background on Broadway and now here in New Brunswick, let's talk a little bit about how you left the stage behind in New York and came back to Tony's home province of New Brunswick to bring Broadway here to New Brunswickers.
So like you said, I'm originally from Fredericton, New Brunswick, and I've lived in New York. I guess I lived in New York for about 12 years, and we came back 2 years ago.
Yep.
And it was one of those things where we had both lived there, and we thought to ourselves, we want to bring our Broadway experience and Broadway musicals and all of that stuff back home to the place that gave me my start. And so we founded Rogue Productions just last year. But we have been doing Broadway by the Sea. This would be our fourth summer here in St. Andrews, which is it's crazy to think about, actually.
Yeah,
you know,
awesome.
Been 4 times, so we're super excited to be back.
And Courtney, tell us a little bit about that silver lining that was the pandemic that made it the right time to move to the Maritimes.
Yeah, well, as Tony mentioned, we lived in New York City. I was a casting director and he was a Broadway actor. So when COVID hit, the entire industry shut down in New York City. So our jobs went away for a little while. So Tony being from Canada, we were able to come up here and spend some time with his family and just being here on the East Coast. So the silver lining, I would say, is that I fell in love with East Coast Canada.
Yeah.
And we kind of made the decision, I think then, that someday we wanted to come back here. We just didn't know it would be when it was. But yeah, so we decided then, like, we're definitely going to come back and start a company and do theater here. So here we
I know
are.
that it feels more than 4 summers and really just a couple years of you being here. I feel like you're a fixture already on the art scene, and truly you are. But what gave you the idea that Broadway would work here in New Brunswick?
Yeah, I think one of the big things was that when Courtney and I came back, we thought to ourselves, we don't want to sort of insert ourselves where, you know, you don't want to just kind of come in and, you know, the big Broadway people and, you know, you're going to do whatever. But it was interesting. So we spoke to a lot of local theater companies and people around the community and talking to them about what would be a good fit for us. And fortunately, the thing that people seemed to think was missing a bit was big, splashy musical theater. So that's what we've been doing. So we Broadway by the Sea was born, and Broadway by the Sea, for people who don't know, is essentially a musical review concert where we bring up 3 or 4 actors from New York, current Broadway stars, and we bring them right here to St. Andrews. We put them together with a local, we have is it a 16
people in our ensemble
person
this year, of all
local ensemble,
yeah.
all New Brunswickers, a 7-piece New Brunswick band, and we do big songs from huge shows, and people have been really enjoying it. So that's what we're going to do again this year.
I haven't missed a single one, and there's some songs I could hear a million times over. I know that when you've done Welcome to the Rock, it has resonates very much in Atlantic
People do
Canada.
like that one.
That's a hit.
What kind of idea can you give us of this year's numbers? I know that you keep some secret.
Yes, well, there are definitely a couple of repeats.
Yeah.
For sure. The ones, the Mrs. Flamer, who runs Kingsbrae, and she has told us she's insistent that we always do our number from Les Mis, Les Miserables, and it's a huge hit with the audience too. So. But yeah, there's a few surprises
I'd say it's
in there.
mostly new songs this
Yes.
year. There's maybe 3 or 4 repeats, and really just ones that have been crowd favorites every year. But
Yeah.
I think generally speaking, it's mostly new material this year.
Yeah.
It's exciting. And because we have brand new artists this year coming up that have never been here before, they're bringing their wealth of experience too. So, for example, one of the guest artists, his name's John Finley, he played Valjean on Broadway. So now we have real Valjean singing One
From
Day
Les
More.
Mis,
You know what I
yeah.
mean? So that's really cool.
Yeah.
And then Haley Fish is another guest artist, and she's done like 5 Broadway shows, Cats, New York, Hello Dolly, just all these huge shows. So she kind of brings that like old school musical theater song and dance girl, you know? And then Q Smith, who was Hannah and Come From Away with Tony, is our other guest artist this year, and she's just... if
She
you've seen-
originated the role, and she was in it with me, and so it's so exciting. Yeah.
Yeah, anyway. So we've kind of adjust the shows based on the guest artists as
Yeah.
well, kind of what their strengths are and what their resumes are, so we can kind of judge the show based on that. So
Do you ever find that someone wants to perform, let's say maybe you didn't get to be in a Broadway number, that was a dream role? I can't imagine what that
Yep.
might be for someone like Tony. Do you want to perform a song in Broadway by the Sea that maybe you didn't get a chance to do on in actual
I think
Broadway?
definitely.
Absolutely,
Yeah,
yes. So
I mean, last year it was really funny. We had
Yeah.
Ryan Redmond was our guest last year, who was the first female Olaf in Frozen. Maybe you've heard of it.
Yeah.
But she's actually sang "Let It Go," which is not her song in the show. But there was a joke. She's like, "I call this Olaf's revenge." Yeah. She's like, "I'm going to sing this song." So,
yeah. Last year I sang a song. We did a song from Jersey Boys. We did "Love You" from Jersey Boys, and there's a funny rule about people who can play Frankie Valli on Broadway, and they have to be, I think it's 5'8" or shorter. It is pretty much the only role that I'm too tall for. I have never been accused of being too tall for anything. But but anyway, so I thought, but it's a concert. I get to be Frankie Valli today. So we had a great time. Yeah.
Talk to us a little bit about, I know you do workshops with aspiring artists. Tell us a little bit about how that works, where Kira fits into that, and if we can expect to see some of your newest students on stage.
Yeah, so every year we do our Broadway by the Sea masterclass. It started as a one-day class, kind of a pop-up thing, and it was so popular we expanded it to 2 days last year. And this year it was crazy popular. I think it sold out in like 12 hours. So essentially we announced we're doing it. We have a limited list of signups because we want to give each student individualized time, and we only have so much time, right, with the guest artists. So we had 16 students this year working with the guest artists as their coaches. So we worked on scene study, we did song study, we taught them a big group musical, so they worked on musical direction and dynamics. And it was a really, really fun couple days. We did a bunch of theater games and stuff. Yep. And what's new this year is that we're calling them our Broadway by the Sea Young Company. It's the first summer we're doing that, and we're inviting them up on stage to join our company for a song. So you'll actually see some of the students this year in the concert for the first time.
Mentorship is a huge part of Rogue Productions, and the people here at Kira as well. They're really excited about the idea that that we can foster young talent, and just the opportunity for them to be able to work directly with these Broadway stars that come down and speak directly with them and sing along with them and do those things is it's kind of an incredible opportunity, and so we want to offer that as much as we possibly can. And I'm so excited. I think 4 of our former students are now actually in the ensemble of the show. So that's the other part of this. It's more like a graduation thing where we can help them work on their skills, and a lot of them are going to be applying to universities and stuff, so we can kind of help them with that. So it's exciting for us, and we love it.
It's quite incredible because I think so quickly you've already changed the art scene here in New Brunswick. Broadway by the Sea, now Come From Away, sell out in record time just here in St. Andrews alone, but you're also changing the fabric of the art art scene, in terms of the talent itself, have you already noticed a difference in how you've impacted lives, people that have been able to work with you and where they've gone on?
I definitely have.
Yeah.
I mean, just seeing artists that we met maybe 3-4 years ago and then seeing where they are now, the growth is exponential. I mean, they were always talented. I just don't think they maybe knew where to put it once they finished school or once they graduated or once they enter the workforce. Sometimes people feel like, well, I guess I'm done with theater now because they have to get their job, right? So I think what we're trying to do is say, no, you can still do theater and you can do really big, fun theater if that's what you want to do. So that's what we're trying to offer, is an opportunity for local talent to kind of do the bigger, fun, splashy musical thing. And I've definitely seen just crazy growth with some of the actors that
Absolutely.
we've worked with. Yeah.
Now, Broadway by the Sea, as we said, it sells out in record time here. Now you're bringing something, Tony, you're especially known for, Come From Away. Couldn't have hit at a better time, I think, in world history.
Absolutely.
Tell us what went into bringing this production to New Brunswick. I imagine with things like getting rights to the shows. It's not just here at Cure Amphitheatre, it's playing in Imperial Theatre in St. John as well.
Yeah.
What went into securing this production for New Brunswick, and then also the process of bringing it to the stage?
Yeah, it's interesting because when we applied, we actually applied for the rights a long time ago, and they were not available, and so I ended up speaking directly to the writers and to the producers, and I kind of said to them, I said, look, I know that the show is about to be sort of released to the world. You're probably seeing a lot of different productions that are popping up. I think Neptune's doing it next year, and a couple different places are doing it. So I said, we really want to be, because of my connection to it, the first ones to do it here in New Brunswick with New Brunswickers. That was our idea, and they thought the idea was fantastic. And it was actually funny because they said, have you heard of the St. John Theatre Company? I said yes. And they said they've been asking us about this for a while. And so I said okay. And they said we don't feel good about just kind of giving you the rights when they're interested. And I said, well, what if we did a co-production with the St. John Theatre Company? So I spoke to Stephen Tobias over there, and the people in St. John have been phenomenal, super great. So we're actually doing a co-production with them. It's a co-production with them and with Kira. So the three companies are getting together, and I don't think there's anything more come from away than three, community-based, production companies getting together and producing Come From Away.
Yeah.
So it's been incredibly exciting, and like we said, the St. John run is sold out. We're almost sold out here in St. Andrews, so it's exciting. But get your tickets while they last.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah.
I gotta ask you though, the first time you performed it on stage in New York, you're also with the Apple TV production too, but that first time it hit the stage, did you realize what a hit it was going to be, what a classic it instantly became, and that it would resonate? I think of it, why it resonates with us Canadians, but that the American audience embraced it as well, this story of Newfoundlanders taking people in after 9/11.
Yeah.
Were you surprised right away by the audience feedback?
I think I was and I wasn't. I think I wasn't surprised that they embraced it, because we had done the show in Toronto for 2 months, and like you said, it's a different audience. It's a Canadian audience. So going to New York, there was a little bit of trepidation there. Are people going to think, hey, this is 9/11. We don't write musicals about 9/11. But the writers have always said it's not really a 9/11 story. It's a 9/12 story. It really is what happened after that. And the show doesn't, while it obviously touches on that every once in a while, a lot of it is more about the celebration of people coming together and making something beautiful out of something horrible. This thing that happened. And so what was interesting was that when you got to New York, I remember all of us going, wow, this happened down there. You know what I mean? Down at the bottom of that island. It was that we were on Manhattan, like right there. And so it actually ended up resonating kind of triple in New York in a way. I think the Canadians love the fact, yeah, that's us, and we did that, and there's a pride there. But the New Yorkers also went through something, and they also overcame something, and so there's a shared mutual pride for sure.
And does it resonate, especially this year, even as you're in the dress rehearsals? Do you feel it in a different way?
I think definitely.
Yeah.
As an American who now lives in Canada, without getting too political in this interview, it's sad to see what's going on between our countries, because I will cry thinking about it. So I'm not going to talk about it. So yes, it's really poignant to be doing the show right now and to be doing it with local artists and to remember that we're a global community and humanity comes first.
Yeah.
And what does it mean to bring someone from the original cast with you, Tony, to this production with your New Brunswick talent as well?
Yeah, so Q Smith, who I adore, she was the original Hannah in Come From Way, and she's actually going to be here on stage for Broadway by the Sea this year, along with the New Brunswickers. And so many of them are so excited to meet her because they're just like, ooh, that's Hannah, you know what I mean, from Come From Way. But she is just such a sweet person and so insanely talented. So so Welcome to the Rock this year will be extra special, having another cast member with me.
Well, we're so excited to welcome it to Kira. I know that you've done Welcome to the Rock, the number in Broadway by the Sea, so it feels like we've all had a chance to get a little preview what it's like, but I have a feeling it's going to be more emotional as an entire production.
Yeah.
We're pretty excited.
This isn't the only thing you're working on, though. The nice thing about what you're doing is that especially if we travel up to Fredericton, we can get a taste of Rogue Productions all year long, and you have something very exciting in the works for this fall as well. Tell us a little bit about
We do.
what that
Yes,
is and
we
why we should be
do.
coming.
So this
why should we be
past-
hitting the road?
So this past spring, and we actually, so in November of last year, we put on the musical Rock of Ages, which is the show that gave me my Broadway debut, and it sold completely out at the Fredericton Playhouse. So, and it was so popular, we ended up remounting it and sold it out again at the Playhouse. So that was our spring and fall show this year, and we thought, so what are we going to do this year? And we talked to Tim Yerxa at the Playhouse, and they had a slot that was on Halloween weekend. And so we thought, you know what would be good on Halloween weekend would be the Rocky Horror Show. So we secured the rights, and we were doing the Rocky Horror Show from October 29th to November 1st, right over Halloween weekend. There's going to be 4 shows over that weekend.
Yep.
And we are just so excited. It's going to be a wild, wild time. And tickets went on sale today.
Today, they go on sale today.
Yep.
In
July
like an hour. Well, I
16th,
don't know when
yeah.
this is airing.
Oh, yeah, whenever it airs. But this day.
Yes, tickets are on
They're
sale.
on sale now.
Tickets are on sale.
Yes.
So make your plans
That's
now.
exactly right. Yeah.
I have to say, for what you bring to New Brunswick is incredible, but just inspiring in itself is what you've done with your own lives. I think to take a page out of your book and to make a big adventure like you have and take a whole new direction with your career. When you reflect on what you've done in such a short period of time, what are your thoughts on what you've done and what you've created and where you're going now?
Yeah, well, that's so interesting because I think for us, because we're just in it, we're just in it, we're creating it, we're doing the social media posts, we're casting the shows, and so when I hear things like that, it's very humbling, and I'm grateful for everything you're saying. I think for me, it's still just so much about the work and about like, okay, what do we do next? What do we do next? And how are we going to do it? So I don't know that I necessarily sit outside of it and think, oh, we've done this really cool thing. But at the same time, when I hear things like that, I go, oh yeah, I guess that is true. And I just get so grateful to have the opportunity to do what we're doing in places like this gorgeous amphitheater and the historic Fredericton Playhouse, like these really, really special venues that have kind of just welcomed us in. So we're just gonna keep trucking along. As long as people want to see it, we're gonna keep doing what we're doing.
That's right.
Yeah.
I think it's a lot to Courtney's credit too. I mean, she took a huge leap of faith. I knew, I'm from Fredericton, I'm from New Brunswick, and I knew I loved it, but for her to take that kind of leap from somebody who grew up in Orlando and went to college in New York and lived in New York for 18 years to come here and to sort of to embrace it as well as much as it's embraced her. I always kind of joke that Rogue Productions, that I'm the Rogue and she's the Productions. And I can promise you that this one, behind the scenes, nobody has a clue how much she does, and it's very much to her credit. Yeah.
When you look ahead 5-10 years from now, do you have hopes and dreams for what you'll do next, or are you leaving it to the moment to pivot on?
Yeah,
Yes,
we do
to
have a lot
both.
of plans.
Yeah.
Yes, it always sort of the Broadway. So next year will be the 5th anniversary of Broadway by the Sea, so that's always fun.
Yeah.
So we plan on doing some really cool things for next year. But yeah, it's we're always thinking ahead. We're always thinking of the next thing, and we have secured dates here into next year and the following year, and we've secured dates at the Fredericton Playhouse till 2027, through 2027. So we are very much planning and always sort of looking ahead to the next things, and our goal has been to bring the joy of musical theater to people here, and our job is to just keep doing that, and that's what we want to do.
And finally, I know that we here in Charlotte County think of you both as locals. You become part of the fabric of who we are instantly. How does it feel to be a part of St. Andrews and this area as well?
I love St. Andrews so much.
So much.
It's our happy place.
It
we
is.
come here in the summer and it's just the best. I mean, we whale watch, we eat lobster rolls. We honestly just walking up and down Water Street. It's so sweet and everyone's so nice. And I just love it here so much.
It's amazing. It's been an incredible thing. And it's funny because I was never, I didn't go to St. Andrews a lot when I was a kid. So it would, both sets of my grandparents lived in Bathurst. So we tended to go north instead of south, but in the summers. But I remember it was actually when Courtney and I were dating, I said to her, how am I going to impress this girl with New Brunswick? And I went, I got it, St. Andrews. And it worked. Yeah.
Well, and to that point, actually last night we were downtown at the brewery with one of our guest artists chatting, and Haley said, she goes, I don't want to tell anybody about this gig because I don't want the word to get out because it's so magical here. It's like this perfect little place. And she was like, I want to protect it. I don't want anyone to know. That's kind of, I think, how we feel too. I'm just grateful that we've been welcomed in.
Well, we are grateful that you sold Courtney on St. Andrews so many years ago and made this a reality. Well, thank you both for your time today. I look forward to both shows this summer and your continued success.
Thanks. You too.
Honestly, what they are doing is magic. Theater that brings people together, honors where we're from, and somehow still manages to hit all the right notes and do full choreography.
As it should. If no one dramatically turns to the audience during the final chorus, what are we even doing?
Spoken like a true theater kid. I've seen you hit high notes before, that's for sure. Do a spin and point to the balcony like your life depends on it.
It usually does. Theater is cardio.
We're heading to a break, but when we come back, we're celebrating one of St. Andrews' most treasured institutions. No, not Jonathan's Jazz Hands. Sunbury Shores Arts and Nature Center. Welcome back to A Good Day from the Bay, where we always save time to shine a spotlight on local gems.
And this week, we're raising a toast, and probably a paintbrush, to Sunbury Shores Arts and Nature Center, which has been fostering creativity here in St. Andrews for an incredible 61 years.
I still remember going there as a kid, painting shells and making whales out of paper mache and thinking I was destined for the MoMA.
Well, don't you stop believing. But even if you've never make it to the MoMA, Sunbury Shores brings artists from around the world right here to our coastal community, offering classes, gallery shows, residencies, and a deep connection to the natural beauty around us.
Here is a look at Sunbury Shores from CHCO community producer Christina Washko.
It's just like a little gem. I wish we had 20 Sunbury Shore centers across the province.
We were founded in 1964, so going back a long time. Dorothy Eilitz was keen to promote the idea of the connection between art and nature and how they are so interrelated. So we have two main gallery exhibition spaces. The large one here, which is great for big group shows. And then we have a smaller gallery in the back, which is more intimate. And every sort of November, December, we do a community art show where anybody in our area is welcome to submit work and just be part of a big celebration of local talent. So we offer a wide range of courses here at Sunbury Shores, everything from kids programming through adults and seniors. We've been doing kids programming with our local schools for years now with support of the Kiwanis, and that's providing arts education right from kindergarten through to grade 12. Adults courses, we have some fabulous courses that we provide here, anything from 1 day to 5 day courses. So you can be just a beginner, you can be more experienced. We have our seniors programming. We're partnering with the town this year, and you can have never picked up a paintbrush before, but you can come and have fun and explore. We have the CUPE group in at the moment, so they're visiting just for the day to be involved with art practice that maybe never done before, and people enjoy it so much. We always hear
it's fun, and I think I'd like to try stuff like this more.
We hear that feedback a lot, so can't encourage it more.
They're on a conference, and they are going to be, I think, printmaking, clay, and painting.
out of today, I'm getting an experience like, geez, I don't own a kiln, so I get to do some pottery for the first time in my life. And doing that makes me appreciate a whole lot more of the art I see around me. You know, sometimes people go to an art studio, they buy a cup and they're like, why is this so expensive? They don't realize all the hard work that goes behind it. And now trying to reproduce even 1/10 of that cup makes me blown away by the skills of the artists around here.
Thanks, Christina. We'll be right back after this. Stay with us. Welcome back to Good Day from the Bay. Well, that's our show. Big thanks to Olivier Bergeron, Tony and Courtney LePage, Christina Watchko, and Sunbury Shores for reminding us just how rich in talent and heart this region really is.
So true. If you've got a story to share or a milestone we're celebrating, let us know because we love hearing from you. Email us at goodday@chco.tv.
We'll be back next time with more stories from around Southwest New Brunswick and beyond. Until then, be kind, be creative, and if Carrie Underwood ever tries to hand you something, just take it.
Just take it. Good Day from the Bay. I'm Vicki Hogarth.
And I'm Jonathan Brittain. See you next time.
Good Day from the Bay is produced through the facilities of CHCO Television with support from people in our region.